Welcome back to How to Create an Online Seminar Part 2. This video is about how to market your seminar and also how to enroll people in it, and then how to host it using what technology, and also how to be a great seminar facilitator. Let's go. First, we're going to get into how to market and promote your seminar online. Then we're going to talk about how to host it, what technology to use, how to record it, how to facilitate it. And then I'm going to get into a very important but sometimes undervalued piece, which is how to step into the leadership role of your seminar and be really masterful at facilitating. Okay, let's talk about how to market your seminar online. My absolute go-to strategy, favorite top strategy, is to market to your existing audience. That means email marketing, social media, to the networks you already have. And it also means picking up the phone, pulling out your text messaging, texting, calling, emailing, and just doing everything you can to activate the people who already know you, like you, and trust you. That is step one. The second strategy that I love is to tap into your broader audience. So if our first strategy is all about the people who already know you, like you, trust you, the second strategy is to reach out to those people who know you, like you, trust you, who also have an audience of their own, and inviting them to invite their people. So these are affiliate relationships and partnerships. And what you can do, which a lot of people do now, especially with so much great technology, which we'll talk about in a minute, is to create affiliate agreements and partnership contracts. And that means that you can have an affiliate who has an audience and promotes your event to their audience and uses a special link. And that special link basically shows you that they brought somebody to you. You can even pay them a commission or give them some sort of prize if they generate a good result. Now, this is a fantastic strategy, but there are a few things to consider. Number one, if you're doing a free webinar or seminar, there isn't much incentive for a partner or an affiliate to support you and to promote for you. So, by the way, this is what I used to do when I had that situation. What I would create was contests for my affiliates and partners, so there would be a prize for the person who brought the most people in. So even if there's no commission for every single person that they bring or everybody who buys, you might still be able to create some excitement and some competition among your affiliates and partners if you have a cool enough prize. The third strategy is, of course, paid traffic. Now, in my opinion, this is the highest risk strategy, and it really requires practice and knowing what you're doing. I can't tell you how many times in the beginning when I was first running Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads that I wasted money, that I spent all this money to get very few results. And so my advice here, in terms of generating paid traffic, I would try to find somebody who knows what they're doing and who can help you get started, or at least teach you what to do so that you can have better results. You can waste a ton of money on very bad traffic if you don't know what you're doing. That said, it is a fantastic strategy because it's a pay for performance strategy, and I'm a big believer in paying for performance, paying for clicks, paying for opt-ins, paying for the people that actually respond to your ads. Now, a fourth strategy, and one that I think is a little underutilized, is simply using a tool like Eventbrite. Now, Eventbrite is a platform where lots of different people promote and market their events, which means that Eventbrite has a lot of users who are interested in events. Those are your people, most likely. So what I recommend is wherever you're promoting your thing, if you have a landing page, whatever you've created, go ahead and also create something on Eventbrite, because Eventbrite will promote its own events to its users. And it might take some time, but not always. If Eventbrite decides it likes what you're offering, or if you start to have a good track record, Eventbrite will start to push your events to its people and recommend them to people who might be good for you. And that doesn't cost you anything. Last thing I'll say about marketing your event, if your webinar is free, especially, one thing to consider is to have 2 tiers of attendees. Okay, so even if your event is free and you're giving it away, I highly recommend considering creating a VIP version of that registration. The VIP version is for that person. There's always some of them, those people who want the better experience, who are willing to pay for more. So if you're having, say, a webinar where you're going to teach these things, you might include or offer as a bonus a mastermind after the webinar for people to engage and interact. Creating that two-tiered system with the regular and the VIP helps you differentiate between the people who are there to get the experience for free and those who are willing to invest. And the ones who are willing to invest are often the people that are more willing to invest in your next step, in whatever your offer is on your webinar. By the way, I'm gonna take this moment to pause and just say thank you for watching this video. And if you like what you're seeing, please share the video, subscribe to my channel, click the little bell button to get alerts. Let me know what you're thinking. Share your comments below. I'd love to connect with you. Okay, once you've created your content, you've marketed and you're enrolling people, now comes time to think about some of the more technological issues that you might face and what platform you might want to host this seminar or webinar on. I'm a fan of Zoom for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's easy. Number two, it's free for most people. Number three, most people in the world know how to log on to Zoom, know how to use it, they're familiar with it. Because of all this time in the pandemic, people were doing Zoom day and night every single day. And one thing about Zoom is that you can host your webinar on a meeting, or if you pay a little bit of a fee to go to that Pro Edition, you can also host a webinar. Now, the only real difference between hosting a meeting and hosting a webinar, and a big difference really, is that in a meeting, your people log on and they see each other. They see you, they see each other, and it's more of a meeting experience. With the webinar, you are the host, you are the one being seen, and everybody else is in the background. Their cameras are off and they're just an attendee, an audience member. Now here's the thing, with webinars that can work really well, and I've done that and I sometimes do that. But what I've found is that for smaller, more intimate environments, I like the meeting format better. I like to see people. People like to see each other. So you can use a meeting format to host an online seminar, especially if you want that engagement. Now with the webinar, it doesn't mean that you can't have engagement. You can actually promote attendees to panelists, and if you do that, then they can turn on their video, they can turn on their sound, they can ask questions, and you can engage with them one-on-one. But the point is that with Zoom, you can really do both. Now, if for whatever reason you don't want to use Zoom, there are other softwares out there that are really good, like Webinar Jam, GoToWebinar. These are all really solid platforms that I can recommend and that I've used. But that said, one more time, I want to say that I think Zoom is the easiest one to use and the easiest and most accessible for most people out there. Oh, one thing to remember with Zoom and with any platform, don't forget to record. Remember to hit that record button. Now with Zoom, that can be automatic. You can turn that on, so it's a feature. But the problem with that is that oftentimes the very beginning of a webinar is not so good. It's a lot of like logistics or hi, welcome. And so you might want to just edit that out afterwards. Or if you're going to remember, you can stop that record button and start it just when you're ready. Finally, one of the most important things you can do to have a more successful seminar, online seminar, is to look at yourself and to help yourself be a better leader. One of the biggest challenges that people have is that they know their material, they know their content, but when they get in front of the group, they get frozen or they lose confidence. So I highly recommend practicing your presentation. I know, I hate practicing too. Everybody I know, every speaker, every webinar leader I know hates to practice, but it is the absolute best way to become more comfortable with your content and have it show up more confidently. So here's what I recommend. If you hate practicing and you know you're not going to practice by yourself, why don't you do a beta test of your webinar, which means inviting a few close people who know you, who you trust, 2 or 3 people, and run through it with them. I used to do that every single time with my assistant, and I'm sure she was so sick of it, but The point is, just going through it one time with her all the way through gave me that confidence and made me recognize where there were sticky spots and places where things didn't flow. It was such a huge benefit to do that. So I highly recommend doing that. Now, if running webinars and seminars and retreats sounds exciting for you, this is what I do, this is what I teach. So check out some of my other videos and my other playlists. And if you want to go even deeper and look at if and how I might be able to support you in creating a seminar or retreat business, then visit superstaractivator.com/go and set up some time for us to chat for free. I'll see you soon.